So he is in the studio with us from the Wilcox Eye Center down at the Point. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
He was on a roll before we came on. I'm not sure where he's going today, but he's going. So what's up?
I'm going to talk about orthokeratology and the duty to inform patients.
Okay.
The fact that, if you don't know, you don't know.
Correct.
But people need to be informed. When you go to your doctor, when you go to your auto mechanic, you bring your car in, and they need to diagnose and they need to tell you, okay, these are the things you got to fix, and these are the things you could fix.
And these are the things we can fix.
And these are the things we can fix.
Yeah.
Yes. So, if I had to rename a practice today, I might call it the root cause eye care. Because everything that I do, I go back in using kind of the Socratic method of, and Socrates says you have to ask why. If you can answer the question why, and you get in, and you can go from there, then you're not at the root cause.
Okay.
So once you run out of answers to why, you're probably there. And we all need to get to the root cause of things. There's a funny smell in the house. Is it a dead mouse in the attic? And there's smoke. Where's
or is
it coming
something
from?
in the trash can?
Yeah, right. So, and as far as this goes, nearsightedness. Somebody who has glasses, when they take them off, you don't see well in the distance. And your glasses as a child, usually, from 6 to 18 to 20, you're getting thicker and thicker glasses. Because, you know what? Your eye is stretching. It's getting longer from front to back. And people go, oh, good. I say it all the time to people. They don't know. And I just use my two hands. I kind of put my fingers together. And I kind of pull them apart and go, that's what's going on. And you go, oh, geez. People kind of wince a little bit. But that's what happens. And you can stop it from getting worse.
Okay.
And parents and people don't know you can do these things. So the root cause of why you become more nearsighted is improper focusing of light in the back of the eye. And so if you think of the back of your eye as a dartboard with the red bullseye being your fovea, and then all the different rings getting further away from the bullseye in the back of the eye, when you give somebody a pair of glasses, you're focusing light only in the bullseye. And the problem is the poor focus in ring number 3, 4, 5, and 6 out in the periphery. And when you provide orthokeratology, when you change the curvature of the cornea through the nighttime wearing of a specially designed lens, call it a contact lens, but we call them molds, then you're now focusing light on the whole dartboard. And the dartboard isn't flat, it's curved, it's the inside of a basketball, if you're looking at the inside. And that stops the problem. So the problem is, my Johnny, my Susie I just had one the other day, a referral from a doctor in Hampton at one of these chains, and it's appreciated that they respect the fact that they don't do it, but I do.
Right.
Been doing it for 20-some years. And so the little girl went from -3 to -5 in a year's time. And she's 11 years old. And now I met her and her dad, and we're making molds, and the molds are in the works. And we will dispense these fancy contact lenses. She'll put them on her eyes. We'll teach her how to take care of them, put them in, take them out. And after...
How old is she?
11.
Okay.
And so after... I've done 6, and I've done 62. When she takes them out after 20, 30 minutes of closed eye, we recline them in the chair and say, sit here and close your eyes. She'll go from, she's 2,700. She can't see the big E from like 10 feet away.
Really?
Yeah. And so she'll go from 2,700, and we'll put them in, and she'll recline 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We'll take them out, and she'll be with the lenses out of her eyes. She'll be 2,200. And we'll take a 2,400 person in 30 minutes, make them 2,060, 2,050. But when they wear them all night long, they're waking up, taking them out, and they're 20-ish. And
that's so...
But what it does is it not only focuses light in the bullseye, it focuses light throughout the whole periphery, and it stops the lengthening of the eyeball. So, because people are like coming up with questions already, because they do. So you don't make an eye shorter. So if Johnny or Susie was born with an eye which was so long, and it gets longer, and their vision is worse, and the typical thing that happens is the eye doctor will give Johnny stronger glasses. And then They go in next year, and the eye got longer. They get stronger glasses, and it gets longer and gets stronger glasses. And the problem is, one, you have worse vision. It precludes you from getting in the military if you're too nearsighted. But later in life, a significant increase to diseases of the eye.
You made a comment earlier that when we were talking, that you never get worse nearsighted. You get worse. No, you never get worse farsighted. You get worse nearsighted.
There's multiple reasons why you're nearsighted or farsighted, but simply put, in the majority of it, as a farsighted eye is a small eye, and a nearsighted eye is a large eye. It's getting larger. You don't get smaller. Okay. Now you can become more farsighted, but there's subtle reasons and minimal reasons why that happens. But you typically get more nearsighted. Your eye gets longer. And the longer, as I was saying, you get more macular degeneration later in life. You get more retinal detachments and more glaucoma. So, we invest in our children. I mean, any adult can do this. But when you're 24, you're kind of stuck with what you got. And we can do that for them. And but it's the kids that you want to stop their eyes from getting worse.
Right.
And so...
And I also know it works because he did this a number of years ago
15.
With Tammy's son, Grady, and it worked. Now, I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm 70. 20 years ago, when I was 50, I believe it was, somewhere right around there, I had LASIK surgery.
You shouldn't have the LASIK surgery when you were 50.
Well, I don't know, but I had LASIK surgery, and they made one eye for reading and one eye for distance.
And that's fine, but then have you had cataract surgery since then?
No.
Well, you will, because that's usually what happens. And so for me, the benchmark is somewhere around 50. You quit messing with the cornea and having surgery in the cornea, because inside the eye you have the lens, and that's where you get cataracts. It gets cloudy. So you might as well at 50 go inside the eye and be done with it, and then that person doesn't have to go through the years of declining vision because your cataracts are getting worse. So you could have at 50 have had optional tough words.
I was waiting for some big long word to come out.
So an optional cataract surgery. It's called a refractive lensectomy, because that's the smart thing to do, because you're going to get worse in this other with the cataracts. Back to orthokeratology.
Okay.
So
I thought it was relatable. That's why.
What we do for our second population of patients is frankly, it's the 57-year-old women who are sick and tired of wearing reading glasses. And what we do with them is when they have the nighttime wearing of the lens, we, instead of flattening their cornea, we steepen it through a different design of the lens, but it works. Is that me? I'm sorry.
That was you.
Okay, I'll shut this off. I apologize. So simply put, you before you go to bed, put a lens in your eye, go to sleep, wake up, take it out, with it out of your eye. You see great all day long. Repeat the process at night.
It sounds so amazing.
It keeps you from getting more nearsighted. So your eye doesn't get longer. It kind of freezes it in time. So right now, let's talk about the person who's 2200. So you're 7 years old, you're 2200, your eye is longer than it should be by so much. You freeze it in time at stat. And so if Johnny quits doing orthokeratology, or I like to call it corneal molding because we're molding a cornea, but quits at 18, Johnny picks up with that eye that is that long.
Oh, okay.
And so now Johnny returns to being 2200, but he's not 2600. And
so this isn't a cure.
You don't make an eye shorter. So you're taking that person, you're giving them 24 hours a day of great vision as long as they do it every night. And we have kids who've done it, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Some people drop out, and but then when they drop out, they pick up at where they left off, is where they entered.
Okay.
And it's the right thing. It's the root cause. It's fixing the problem. It's stopping today's problem, and it's precluding some of tomorrow's problems. It's the right thing to do. So if you go to somebody who doesn't offer this to you, they know it goes on out there, and it frustrates the heck out of me because it's not my philosophy. I send people out all the time to different specialists because they do it. I don't do low vision. I'll work with kids, but as soon as a kid needs some binocular vision care, I send them to somebody else because that's what they specialize in. And I do a number of different things, as you know. And on this, it's kind of unfair. There's a duty to inform. Okay, we have a duty to inform,
Well,
and
as
people
you get
should be informed about these
older,
things.
do you need different lenses? The same lens that you get when you're 11, is it the same lens you have when you're 17?
Well, again, in having done this for 2 decades, you have to replace your lens. It's a piece of plastic that's kind of pushing on your eye a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm an every 2-year replacement guy.
Oh, okay.
And usually, I mean, frequently I'm replacing it with the same design I started with 8 years ago on people. Now I do make changes if there need to be changes and design, but if you make it right. You know what you're doing. It works very well. And I've got some people with a minus 13. So somebody who, people usually -1 and -2, and we did that with 4 diopters of astigmatism, because you have to make them funny shaped in order to fix a funny shaped cornea. And love it. And it's the right thing to do. And it's not for everybody because it's not covered by insurance. And you can use
Why?
Because, or for the same reason that it's a specialty, and boob jobs aren't covered by insurance, right? Okay, reconstructive. Well, listen, we do scleral lenses. You have a sick cornea. The insurance has a responsibility to give you vision back. This is a choice, okay? This is an option.
Okay.
You can get regular glasses and regular contact lenses, but orthokeratology hasn't been, nor do you want it to. Be on the healthcare side of things. Go spend all the time learning, studying, investing, and all this sort of stuff, then have the insurance valued at $1.50. And
I understand. Yeah, because the average, for those of you that don't know, if you look at your bills, something costs $1,000, but the insurance cost on it is $350. That's what the doctors agree to accept that are part of that plan.
And what do? You end up quitting that plan, and then the people, and this is sad. This is very sad. So something's going on in my practice. And I'm struggling with the decision. 40 years of being a Medicaid provider, and I might have to quit because they're still valuing me at we lose money, and I'm not complaining. But the fact is, there's only so much charity you can do before, because the payroll's going up, everything's going up,
Sure.
And they need to go reevaluate. I'm begging them to change their numbers. And these people are driving an hour and a half to see me because I'm one of the last providers for eye care that I know.
Accepts Medicare.
Yeah, Medicaid.
Medicaid.
And the indigent poor plan.
Right.
And it's just everything's more expensive. Go buy tenderloin at the grocery store.
Oh my goodness. Turkey.
Go buy gas.
Yeah.
And so we're struggling with these things. I've been a part of this community for over 3 decades, and I'm here for another 15, 20 years. I'm not quitting anytime soon. And but it has to be fair, it has to be give and take in this.
I understand, and I also I always end up saying this when Dr. Wilson gets on a roll.
Wilcox.
I knew that. I did that to you last time too, didn't I?
It's all right, Bob.
He's 90. Maybe I need orthokeratology instead of these glasses.
Fix your brain.
Yeah. Dr. Wilcox is an eye doctor. And when you go to him, if you go to him and you say, hey, my glasses, I'm not seeing that well, I need a new prescription, he may give you an option, but if what you're looking for is a new prescription and it works, that's what you're going to get. You make the choice. You make the decision. You don't have to, you can sit down and go, look, I understand everything you do, but I'm just looking for some new glasses.
Well, thank you. And it's the bell curve. In the middle of the bell curve is most average stuff, and we live in the middle of the bell curve. I just work on both sides of the bell curve, too, the little narrow ends with all the different things that we do, because it's the right thing to do. And it's interesting to me. Some people they like to go play golf and vacations, whatever. I like.
He reads. He researches.
Yeah.
We often only think of this in terms of physicians who are constantly reading and researching if they're any good. But it also works from the standpoint of the eyes and everything else. If you're going to stay on top of what works and what's new and find out information and then dive deeper into it, you've got to do it 24/7 basically.
Well, like I say, you giggle every time I say it. No one's ever come in my chair and 30-some years and said, "I'm glad I'm half blind," and it's not funny, and I know but it's true.
Yeah.
So there's a written and implied and agreement between me and every patient. Do a good job, please.
But see, he expected one thing I will give you a heads up on. Dr. Wilcox expects you to do a good job too.
Yeah, I have to separate my window shoppers from my buyers into what I'm quote selling in terms of ideas and options, and because you got to find out who's in. We got to teach them, and I will email people. I email people all day long. Been doing it all my life, and just send them because boom, 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 boom. Here you go, get these, and go look at this, go look at that. And then if they return the email and they communicate back to me, then they're interested. And I have a lot of these things that are prepared, and some of them just I know how to access them to give them that information. And because the mind is willing, but the body is weak. And intentions, I love it. I had a gal in the other day, a woman in. And I found some things in the back of her eye. She said, don't. You're the guy who I chose. I lost 150 pounds 3 years ago because of you.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It goes on all the time. And people tell me of these things, and I can't remember them all. I can't because,
I know.
But it's so nice. And what it is just, all it is I'm doing my job to inform. I'm telling people what the risk and rewards are. And when you've done something for over 3 decades, and the way and the level that I do it with the technology we have, you have a right to tell people the ice is thin over there. Don't walk over there. And if people want to walk in the ice and fall through, then that's their choice.
I have a classmate in Pittsburgh that listens regularly, and he wanted to know one time if you ever come to Pittsburgh to practice.
Well, I would, because I'm not a Steelers fan.
You are?
No, I'm not. I'm just joking. No, I'm not. No, I appreciate that.
I almost had a new liking for you.
I checked out of football. I don't sit around and watch a football game, and it's nice
because he's reading and researching.
Whatever. I don't like the kneeling. Okay, I watch to be entertained, not to be. Go through all that.
The anxiety?
No. I want to watch the athletes be athletic.
We will see you after the holidays.
Yes.
Sometime in December, before Christmas, between Thanksgiving and December. I'll get with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Dr. Wilcox is located at the Point. It's the Wilcox Eye Center. Do you have the other business down there? You used to have a business next door.
No, I just purchased the condominium I share a wall with, and it used to be the Gloucester Chiropractic, and I have that because I might need some elbow room, and I'm also working with a number of physicians actually and others to try to have possibly a wellness center there.
Really?
And so gonna put together a bunch of different disciplines. And it's too early to start talking about it.
Okay.
But we can use it here in Gloucester, a place for the delivery of smart, wise, alternative things that you don't get in the Middle Peninsula, and frankly, a lot of things you won't even get on the other side of the water.
Right. Well, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Do you eat turkey?
Yeah, I'm the dark meat guy.
Oh, are you really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so it's kind of funny around Thanksgiving. My question is, because I'm silly questions. At the end of the day, I ask, are you dark meat or white meat? Are you stuffing inside the bird or in the casserole dish?
I don't know. I order our Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay, and then is it pumpkin or pecan pie?
Oh, always pumpkin.
See, you are a boy, unknown, and a girl. So guys are dark meat, guys are in the bird, girls are casserole dish, and girls are pumpkin, guys are pecan. And this is years of asking silly questions. And
well, thanks. Maybe you won't be back after Thanksgiving.
Just go ask 20 people and find out if I'm right or wrong.
It's 6:53. Good morning.